Amari, what's going on, champ?
That's what's happening.
Chilling, man. Congratulations, first and foremost, on the big
Appreciate
signing.
it. Appreciate it.
Your camera shut off.
You you can hear, you can
I can hear you, yeah.
shut off. I don't know how to get it back. Should I hang
Oh,
up?
nah. You good. You good. You good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
So,
man. It's been a long time coming. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Should I feel like that at least
So we basically, doing the show around you and your signing to Golden Boy, man.
for
What
sure.
was your thoughts? Obviously, when you got the phone call, were there other options? How did you end up with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy?
Um, I mean, it was a process that took a while. You know what I mean? It wasn't just something that just fell upon the table. Um, Man, honestly, I was meeting with a whole bunch of like, people, promoters, managers, having talks with them. And it was more so like it was more so when I got to Oscar and them, that was the best option on the table. You know what I mean? And it only made sense for me and where I was at in my career.
And who's your manager at the moment?
Rick Marigan.
Oh, okay. How long? So
Yeah.
was that before or after the Golden Boy?
No. So Rick's the one that got me to deal with Golden Boy. So I already knew Rick. I've been knowing Rick since I was in the amateurs. He's from Fresno, not too far. And Rick, Rick always been interested in me, but I took the other route and was going with Devin and them. So you know, once everything happened with me and Dev and stuff, and I stopped being promoted by them, I went over and was talking to Rick and everything. And yeah, so Rick brought me over to Golden Boy. I met with Eric and Oscar, and like I said, it's made the most sense.
Man, Eric and Oscar. So no B Hop. He wasn't there.
Nah, B Hop. Nah, I didn't meet with B Hop. I actually. So I went to Saudi. When I was over there training with my boy Josh Bawasi when he
Okay.
fought Kellen Smith, and Virgil fought. So Rick manages Virgil Ortiz, and so Virgil fought in that same card, and so it's just all aligned. And I don't know where B Hop was exactly, but I met with Eric. After having each other.
You breaking up a bit. Any way you could connect to the Wi-Fi or disconnect from it? I don't know. You broke up.
Uh, I just turned it off right now.
Okay. So what you were saying?
Is it better?
Yeah.
No, I was saying, yeah. When I was out, I had I had met with
Oh,
Eric,
it's
me,
breaking up
Eric,
again.
and Rick,
Maybe
and even
maybe jump
Virgil.
out.
We
Maybe jump out, jump back
okay,
in. So it could reconnect. I don't know.
okay. Let me see.
All right.
Let me see.
Bear with us, ladies and gents. We're dealing with the internet, as you know. If you haven't already hit that thumbs up, please do so. But look, that was telling. No B hop again. See what I'm saying? Yeah, his service bad. It ain't even connecting. You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you freezing up. You was doing better outside. That building must be made of concrete.
I'm yeah, I'm gonna go back outside. I'm gonna go back
All
outside.
right.
Yeah,
All
you can
right.
hear me now.
Yeah. So that's a good look, man. Rick Milligan is certainly very experienced. He's done a phenomenal job for Jose Ramirez, for Virgil
Yeah, for
Ortiz.
sure.
So that's good. Now I see the connection with Golden Boy. Uh, so
Yeah.
so were there any other promoters, or that's what Rick had, so you didn't even worry about it?
Um, I mean, Rick, we talked to some other ones, some other promoters, but I was also, had some talks with Jay Prince and Top Ring, of course. Uh, I tried to, we tried to get a meeting with Eddie. It didn't really align, but like I said, I'm an American fighter, and not I'm not discrediting anything that other opponents have done or anything like that. But I just felt like, for me at the moment, Golden Boy was the best option.
So now they've always gotten the knock that they don't know how to promote African American fighters. How do you think
No,
it's
for
going to be
sure.
different for you? I mean, even
Um,
Devin had an issue, right? Allegedly, he said he wasn't paid on time.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak on another man's pockets or what they got, but I know my work speaks for itself. So my work can promote itself. So all I need is a platform and to be able to showcase my talents. And like I said, that's gonna do all the talking.
Now, from
I
what
think
I
and honestly, I think they're doing a pretty good job with Kid Austin. You know what I mean?
that is the one that
And
we brought up, but that's the
yeah, and
only
also
one right now.
I mean, who's what other ones have they had like
Charles
as
Conwell. They
star
ain't,
material? Charles is a good
oh,
fighter. Charles is a good fighter. You know what I mean? He's experienced. He's a good fighter. But everybody knows is good fighters, and there's guys that's stars. You know what I mean? There's a fine line. So star quality. Does Charles have star quality? I don't really know the guy personally, but from what I seen, he's a good fighter. I haven't really seen him never really talk a lot. You know what I mean? So you need guys with those type of qualities.
for sure. So I gotta ask you, what what are your star making qualities?
Um, Man, I'm young, I'm handsome. You know what I mean? I can talk good. I fight good, of course, and I feel like that's really all you need. You know what I mean? I got good charisma. People say I don't know, but people tell me that all the time. But yeah,
So I
what you
actually,
think, Ness?
well, I like the matching with you and Mirgan, man. He does such a good job building people in their hometown. So
Yeah,
it gives me hope that you guys can do
no, for sure.
something in your hometown. I hear that you sell well in Cow Palace and things like that. Like,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that a conversation that you guys already had, or is that something that
no,
you're
absolutely.
gonna do later once you prove yourself?
No, I mean it's a conversation that we already had because I feel like I did shows out here in the Bay Area, and I didn't show, so it was already something that was brought up. So I just feel like Golden Boy is a California promoter, and I don't see why they wouldn't be more than interested in building a show around me here in Oakland, especially with Rick behind it. Rick's been known for throwing shows in Fresno for Jose, big shows. You know what I mean? Texas for Virgil, so. It's it wouldn't be hard to throw one here in Oakland for me.
So I don't know if you consider him your nemesis, but every good fighter needs one. That's how you get a pay-per-view because
Yeah,
someone wants to pay to see you fight fighter B. You and
yeah,
Jaha have had some words. Jaha recently said that
yeah,
you fight in gyms. He just went ahead and did his biggest fight with someone you know well, right?
yeah,
Don't you know Truck
yeah,
well?
yeah. Of
What
course.
did you think of that fight? Did you expect it to go that way?
Um, I knew it was gonna be a good fight. I tell you that. I knew the fight was gonna kind of depend on what truck shows up. You know, I've seen Truck, handle opponents a lot better than him, and I seen him, beat guys way more difficult than him. But I don't know what Truck's training is like. When he's with Calvin or back home, so I can't speak on that. But you know, tats off to Jahai, he beat a good opponent. You know what I mean? That's it's not too much you can say on that fight.
Would you say that's the best opponent he's faced and beat till date? Or do you think Nicholas Floss is the best opponent because and that he's also beat, he beat
Uh,
Jaha.
what was Nicholas Floss's record?
Well, Nicholas Floss has two losses already. He's just
I mean,
he's
I mean around that time.
oh, I would have to look it up.
I mean, on paper, you can say truck, or you could say truck, honestly, but I don't know. It's kind of a toss up because I don't know who Nicholas Floss has fought, who he's beat. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know like Chuck. You can go off Chuck's name because of who he already is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It just all depends on how you want to go about it.
For sure. I got some questions from the people I would like to get
Yeah.
to. Let me pull these up here.
Oh, baby, you got the Barbie. Other
So
side,
what did
bro.
they give you a date though, champ? Like, do you know when you're gonna
Uh,
be debuting with them?
I'm hearing sometime around like September maybe, but nothing set in stone yet. We're just waiting. I'm just waiting for a day. But I've been in the gym, staying ready. So
All
I'm
right.
just whenever they say.
Do you think? Have you checked out the Golden Boy fighters they got in your division? Have you heard of
I
Eric
know.
Priest?
Yeah. I've heard of him. I actually know his trainer. I just seen him on the fight on Saturday, and I told his trainer. His trainer is actually from Oakland, and I told his trainer that I hope we can still be cool once I beat your boy. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he's like, that's not gonna happen, but we still gonna be cool, man. It's all love. I'm just like, all right, they say that now, but when it happens, and how I beat him is just gonna be, you don't know, they're not gonna know what to say.
Word, word, word. I
Yeah,
got.
I'm not gonna lie though. Eric Priest reminds me of Ryan Garcia though. I
That's
don't
what
know
I
why, but
said. I said that was the Golden Boy's new Ryan Garcia. I said
yeah,
that,
like
bro.
the pretty boy model, like type thing. Like, that's reminding me of him.
He
But I
actually
never really
did
seen him
good
fight.
though.
Is he good?
Oh, you ain't see his last fight?
Nah, I don't really. I
Yeah,
never really
yeah, he
watched him.
did good, man. I swore up and down that he was about to get upset by because he fought Louis Cubas Aries. I know you know him and sparred him. Have you sparred
Oh
Louis?
yeah, I never sparred Cuba, but I heard about him though.
I saw he was about to get upset. You know what I'm saying? He never been on
Oh
that level,
yeah,
and then I seen him struggle before, but he put it together. He actually looked good versus Cuba, man.
yeah. I mean, isn't Cuba like old now? Can't really. Nah, for real, can't really say
he
that.
he definitely on the back half of his career for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, boxing. I got Quest out of VA. He says, "What's up, champ? Blind rank these 5 video game franchises. So it's
Yeah,
5 video games. You gotta, one is the best one. So Madden.
one
All right, you don't know what the rest are. You sure? You understand the rules?
positive, hundred
Okay.
percent.
GTA,
Two,
Mortal Kombat,
4,
Fight Night,
3,
2K NBA.
5.
All right. Yo, you the first one didn't struggle. They be struggling with them damn blind
I'm not gonna
rank questions.
I'm not a like that one was kind of easy because like I'm not really like a video game guy, but football my favorite sport, and the go-to game with me and my homies will play and bet with each other is Madden for sure. We all play football, so we're gonna play either like Madden, NCAA, then maybe 2K or something, but for sure Madden's like the top one. We're gonna put some money on the floor, push ups, whatever.
I got Francis from San Francisco. If you could train and spar with any fighter, active or retired, to pick their brain and learn from them, who would it be? Best wishes, champ.
Andre Ward,
But you don't get that already?
I do. I mean, I guess you could say a wish come true, right?
Word. Wait, so he
Yeah.
sparred with you?
Nah, I never sparred with Dre. I never sparred.
Oh,
We supposed to though, but Dre's definitely we didn't have some shadow boxing for 20 minutes straight, and I didn't pick his brain a little bit about some things, but no, that's about it. We never sparred. We supposed to though. I'm gonna actually hit him up and see if we can still get some rounds in.
nice. How's it been, man? I know we touched on it in the past on the last interview, but how is the I guess chemistry with you and Virgil going?
I mean, we flow like water together. You know what I mean? We go hand in hand for sure. Like Verge got a lot of game, and I just soak it all in. So Pause. That sounded kind of wrong.
How did that? Was it easy to convince him? Because he's certainly very picky with who he train. He doesn't just
Yeah, yeah,
train
for sure.
anyone.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was when I first met Verge. I thought it was gonna take a while to kind of convince him, but as soon as I brought it up to him, Verge off the rip was like I ain't really into picking up any new fighters. He was like, but he was like, you somebody I would take like no questions.
So I got Mozzie.
Verge always kind of like compares me to Dre in a sense. I'm not gonna lie. He tells everybody, man, that's the closest fighter I had since Andre Ward.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, because I know he thought very highly of Buatsi too.
No, for sure. And I'm not gonna say he doesn't think highly of those guys or anything like that, but I think just way my style and how athletic I am, I compare a lot to Dre. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got Mozzie that says, "Congrats on the new deal. Hoping to see you on the big stage a lot more." Is Elijah Garcia on your list?
Um, of course, Elijah then he had a loss, but he came back and won his and hopefully he gets on back on the right track. But definitely I love to fight Elijah. That's somebody I grew up with in the amateurs and I know down the line somewhere, we can make a good payday together. So man, hats off to Elijah and his pops and everything too. I know his dad, like I said, from the amateurs.
Ali and Dago says, "What up, Amari? Who do you got winning, Canelo or Crawford?"
Man, that's a tough one right now. I honestly I got a 50-50 right now. I'm not gonna say who I want Crawford to win though, but I don't know. I want him to win.
Z Pacino. Well, I'll get your prediction later on that. Z Pacino, St. Louis. Congrats on the new signing. I hope in due time Oscar can get you a home fight in the Bay Area. When you're watching an old fight or watching a live fight, what's the first thing you look for?
Um, like I mean, I wish he could elaborate on that, like as far as skill or just anything, like you know what I mean? Because
Give us both.
I mean, depending on how old, I typically look at like the fighters is like they stance and if we're going back to like Sugar Ray Robinson or that era, I'm gonna go towards like how they stance was, how their demeanor was when they come in the ring. That's probably like the first thing I recognize, and then like if we're going up a little more towards like Roy or you know um pretty much anything after Muhammad Ali until like now, like if I go watch some, I typically first thing I recognize is like the outfit or the style. That's kind of like where I get inspiration from my outfits.
How's the international fights been, bro? You've been fighting in a lot of different countries, man. That's not
No,
as
it's been
common
different.
for most American fighters. It seems like you fought in about 4 different countries now, right?
Yeah, yeah, nah, yeah. I fought. I mean, I don't really count. I fought Mexico once. I don't really count that honestly, but
Really?
Australia twice. Yeah, I don't. It's Mexico. I walked over the border and was back in the United States. I don't really. that don't really count. I don't really count. But yeah, nah. Australia. I thought it was gonna be like a big drastic difference, but like once I got over there, it was kind of like similar to the states, especially like San Francisco, like where the city we was in, Melbourne. It looked just like San Francisco, so it was like it wasn't really like too different. But Africa was like totally different. Like it was totally different.
How'd that fight come about? Was that already with Mirgan or was that
No,
before?
no. So I forgot exactly when we had talked, but I don't know if you remember. I was supposed to fight there in December, but my boy Sule Siskoho, he
Yeah.
broke his hand or he hurt his hand. I'm not saying he broke. He hurt his hand and then he got postponed. So then I didn't have a date or anything lined up, so I just stayed with that date just to get a fight in. And yeah, so that's how I was able to get put on that show in Africa.
How was it? Did you deal firsthand with Rick Glazier for that fight?
With who?
The matchmaker.
Oh, I don't know who that
Nah.
is.
Okay.
Nah.
Not interesting. He's listed as the matchmaker.
Okay,
And
yeah, I don't know who that is.
And do you think it's because the promoters and the finances, or is it more you and your team? You're on your fifth, eighth rounder. Why you think you never had a 10? Is it just no opportunity? Is it the promoters not wanting to pay for a 10-round fight? Like, why you think,
Nah, I mean, honestly, I took my fifth eight rounder because this is my first fight with Virgil. Um, it was supposed to be like I haven't fought in like 9 months or something like that, 10 months maybe. And so it was just like, let's get our feedback wet, get back in the groove. Like I said, get comfortable with Verge, and then maybe hopefully the next one, inshallah, that there will be a 10 rounder or like something like that. But I'm pretty confident that the next one will most likely be a 10 rounder.
do you think you'll ever fight Amari again in the pros, or
Um, what weight is he at? 47?
I don't even know, bro. I don't know. Is he? Wasn't
Hey,
he
I'm not
signed
too
the
sure.
Golden Boy at one point? Oh, this
Nah,
the
he
one with
came he came out of
Matchroom. He the Matchroom. He with
yeah.
Matchroom.
Yeah,
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 yeah. He was
yeah,
match
yeah,
room,
yeah.
but
From Orlando.
yeah.
That's right.
I mean, if in the future, if we're aligned, maybe. But I mean, he's at a whole different weight class right now. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably gonna fight at 47. His last fight was at 50, and he's way behind you in
Yeah,
terms of development. Unless he
yeah.
speeds it up.
I mean, but he's an Olympian, so they push them guys pretty fast. But I don't know what Matchroom has planned for him. Like I said, it all depends on how his career aligns.
Do you see which one is the bigger fight? You think a Priest fight or a Tucker fight?
Right now, I think for me, Jihad, just because we kind of got
You
a little
breaking
fuel
up, champ?
going.
It's
You can hear me?
yeah. You there? Hello? You? All right. Maybe the service. Maybe the service. If you ain't dropped your question for Amari Jones, now is the time. You can do that. We about to get back on track soon as you jump on. You back?
Yeah, you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah. You guys, a question one more time?
Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me send
You
you a
hear
new
that, right?
link. Yeah, I hear that. Let me send you a new link. I don't know what's up. Is that a battery issue? When they phones be down? I don't know. Schofield Sr. had that issue earlier. I know it's not me because the same link I send them is the same link my co-hosts have, and they be on a live 7 hours straight. So it's more of an internet issue, I feel like. But if you're watching this on YouTube or X live streaming video, go ahead and retweet, repost, hit that thumbs up, smash it. We got up and coming prospects signed or a contender signed to Golden Boy and with Rick Mirgan. That's a good little breaking news right there. Mirgan is good at what he does, especially giving guys hometown fights. You know, especially giving guys hometown fights, and hopefully he has that in the cards for Amari. Champ,
Yeah, it sound better.
way better. What was it? Anyway, don't even
Yeah,
matter.
I don't even know.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you asked that question one more time though.
yes, what is the bigger fight to you, Jihad Tucker or Eric Priest right now?
Right now, I would say Jihad, just because we kind of got a feud already going. But I think Eric's Priest kind of like model look. Maybe that can probably sell a little bit. But like I said, I don't know. I think Jihad right now for sure.
For sure. Looks like Rod in LA says, "Are
Jihad's just a bum.
you think he a bum?"
He's just a bum. I don't know. He's just a bum.
But what makes him a bum?
Guy fights.
He got that Emmanuel Augustus style. That shit working for him.
Man, I don't want to hear that shit.
It's non-traditional because his hand's not up. Is that what bothers you?
I don't bother me at all. But it's the man, hit a bump. Come on, everyone sees this, man.
Wow. But he beat your man. How he a bum? He beat Truck. Truck supposedly a gym legend with the power.
You know, Chuck has, he's strong, but I mean, knockouts like one punch knockouts. Does Chuck have? Like, you know what I mean?
The audio messing up again, Amari. I don't know what's up on there on your end. Maybe it's internet.
What?
Sound a little bit robotic. Try and speak again. Yeah, now we don't even hear you. Let me refresh, make sure. Yeah, well, actually, I got one more question from Stock Chasers. You back?
Yeah, you hear me?
It sound good now. Let's see how long it lasts. I got one more though from Stock Chasers. He says, "What's good, Amari? How was your time with Devin Haney, and what you learned during your time with him? Thanks and best of luck, my brother."
You can repeat that question one more time.
He said, "What's up, Amari? How was your time with Devin Haney, and what did you learn from your time with him? Thanks and best of luck, my brother."
Um, when I got with Dev, Dev showed me like how to work hard. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I didn't work hard before, but it was a different level. Especially coming into the pros and everything. Definitely doesn't leave no stone unturned. That dude works the hardest I've seen in probably any sport. You can put him up against the best when it comes to working hard. So definitely I would say that's probably a big thing that I learned from being around them.
Word. So, what would you say was the issue? Why y'all didn't? Why are y'all not? Shit, why y'all not cool together no more? What's going on?
I'm gonna leave it at this, right? So um no disrespect to Bill or Devin or nothing like that. This is just blatantly what happened, and everybody pretty much seen it. Devin had to fight with Ryan, and he lost the fight, and I felt you know I got put on the back burner, and that's just because they was dealing with stuff they had to deal with for Devin. But me as a fighter and needing to still get moved and pushed, it was no communication between my side and theirs. So it just left me stuck wondering for weeks, for months, you know what I mean, with no answers, no next step, no plan or nothing. And I was just left out to dry, I felt. You know what I mean? And so um like I said, it wasn't really no communication, and I just had to do what I had to do for me and my family. And this is how I make my money. This is how I live. So I had to just do what I had to do as a man.
Have y'all spoken since?
Um, I mean, kind of a little bit after, I told him how I felt, about the situation, but none as of recently.
Damn.
But I'm more than appreciative of anything that happened that they did for me in my career. Um, up until we split ways, and also like I said, there's no disrespect. It's still all love with them guys. But I just feel like I gotta do what I have to do for me and my family.
For sure. Nah, I definitely understand that, man. I actually was talking about something similar to that concerning you, saying that, it would have been nice of them to let you fight every 2 times that Devin fight, but also get you 2 more fights because a prospect needs
No,
to
for
fight at
sure.
least 4 times three times,
No,
till
for
you
sure.
develop into that contender stage. So yeah, they was giving you the big stage, fighting on his
Yeah.
cards, but whenever he wasn't fighting, you needed to remain active. So I understand for sure, man. Listen, you know, this ain't a team sport. It's your
No, for sure.
career.
No, for sure. But guys, especially right now with the media and everybody seeing what's going on. People, I see the comments. People saying, "Oh, he's a snake for that," and and I was wrong for doing that. But it's just like at the end of the day, nobody know what actually goes on. So it's people just speaking on it and not knowing what's going on. They just be quiet because like I said, it's a lot more to it, and I'm leaving a lot of stuff out. Of course, I'm just giving y'all the basic and the obvious that actually happened. And like I said, a lot of people ask me this question, so it's not like it's a hidden thing. And even Devin disconnected from the whole world at a point. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he disconnected from me, and without telling me what was going on. So man, it was just like I said, I do have to do as a man. So if people don't respect that, then they must not be real men at the end of the day.
I hope this ain't a corny question, man, because I'm
Yeah,
I'm genuinely genuinely curious.
yeah.
What do you do with the chains now? You had like two chains.
If, I still got him. Devin, no, and just because we're not doing business together, that doesn't mean I don't have no love for him or like, in a sense, not cool. We might not have talked, but if I see Devin right now, it's all love. It's not no love lost. It's none of that. So it's like, um, man, Bill, Dev, even the whole family, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not no love. Like, as a business standpoint, sometimes you can't mix friends with business. And that's just how it is. Everybody knows that. Not even just boxing. Everybody knows you sometimes you can't mix family with business. But um, man, it's just like I said, it's just how I go. But I still got my chains though.
For sure, for sure. Man, I just had one on the edge of my head. Lord of mercy. I'm gonna get to these. Uh, I think that was actually the last one. Man, I just had one. Lord, something you said triggered me. I'm refreshing here. We got H Town that says, now that you're with a real promotional company, are you excited to finally get a chance to be on a big stage? What a hater.
I don't want to answer that.
Word. Look, see, we got another one from Mr. Savage says, "Are you in the Devin camp still?" You just answered that, especially with Dev, Beaver, Oscar. Okay, maybe I should read it. He says, Are you and the Devin camp still in communications, especially with Devin quote unquote beef with Oscar and choosing to sign with Golden Boy?"
I mean, I still talk to a lot of people, from the camp. But uh, that beef, I mean, it's don't got nothing to do with me. It's not,
Word. Oh, that's a
it's just
fact.
business. It's not the street. It's just business.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Listen, those are all the questions, champ. I appreciate you, man. Congratulations. Thank you for answering the tough questions and letting the people know. You're saying 3 months. That's wild.
Um, like I said, I'm not too. It
I
might
mean, you
be
just
sooner.
fought
It might
too.
be.
You just
I
fought.
just
How
fought
was
in
that
May.
fight?
I was good. It was good. It was good. I felt good. It felt good to be back. Had a little ring rust. It's my first time, like I had that long of a layoff. So definitely felt the ring rust. But nah, definitely I've been back in the gym already. I'm ready to go. Honestly, now, like So let's just see what they got planned. I'm hoping they put me on the biggest card they got coming up. So like I said, I'm just waiting for them to give me a call.
All right, champ. Well, we're locked in with you, man. The minute you find out something, let me know. And again,
It's all good.
congratulations on the signing and the manager. That's a good manager, man. I hope he does what he did for Jose Ramirez and Virgil Ortiz. Who else did he have in that Fresno area? He was helping move.
I think
The
yeah,
kid from
Gabe
Stockton.
Flores.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, he had
Yes, man.
Gabe.
He did really good for people, man. Who, if you got the
Yeah,
fan base, he gonna make it happen for you. So salute.
nah, definitely. That's definitely why I felt. Rick was a good choice for me. And
Mm-hmm.
he's from California, got a lot of connections in California. So, like I said, it's taking off now.
Yeah, man. Shout out, man. You got a big team now.
Yeah,
Got a
yeah, for
good
sure,
team
for
with
sure.
Virgil. You now Rick, Golden Boy. You set up for
Yeah,
for for greatness. You just gotta go ahead and achieve it.
oh yeah, that's the goal right now.
Well, give out that social media chant for anybody that isn't following. You can do so.
Follow me on Instagram, official Amari Jones, and follow me on Twitter at Prince Amari 2 zeros.
All right, champ. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Ness.
Oh, thank you, man. Keep doing your
All
thing.
right,
There you have it, ladies and
yes.
gentlemen.